Welcome back to another episode, and welcome back to our third and final season here at the Real Madrid on FC24. In this season, we are going to do things a little bit differently here. Just a little bit. We are going to go ahead and switch formations. Obviously, playing a 4-3-3, kind of just flat most of the time, with obviously Bellingham playing a slightly higher role so he could be that cam position. We are pretty much going to play two cam positions, which means we are going to say goodbye to that solid midfield and have 5 attackers essentially. We have 283 million to spend, and there is 2 cams that I am looking to bring in. One of them being in Florian Wirtz over from Bayern Leverkusen. He is one of the best prospects in the game at the moment, so he is definitely on the short list. Also, Jamal Musiala, he is one of probably the highest cam overall, highest rated player other than, I would say, Jude Bellingham, but Jude Bellingham's not really viewed as a cam in real life, is he? So Jamal Musiala kind of fits that role perfectly. His stats are incredible in the game. He's incredible in real life, and his contract's expiring, so we can get him for a little bit cheaper on the game right now as well. As far as the rest of the team goes, honestly, I'm not too worse trying to change the team too much, but I'm also not going to say no to transfer bids. I will actually work with some of these clubs and see if we can agree on the deals. But obviously, if it's somebody like Mbappe, I doubt anybody's actually going to come in. But if it's somebody like Arnaud Martinez, they're going to have to offer on the high end for me to be able to sell him. That way I could bring somebody else in that could fit that role perfectly, because this team has been great. Obviously, we did lose that Champions League final to PSG last season at the end, but other than that, this team has been great, so that is my aim there. So bring in the cam, probably end up being Musiala, try and win La Liga, see if we can do the Invincibles in La Liga. I'm going to focus on La Liga a lot more this season because I've been focusing heavily on the Champions League. I'm going to try and spread it out equally, but obviously give more emphasis to La Liga because I feel like I've been doing it disrespectfully. And then we're going to really try to win every single trophy this season to end this career mode and go into the next career mode. Now, another thing is I'm just going to allow to happen, honestly, is if a release clause gets met. Obviously, all these players should have a release clause coming into La Liga. They all should. Whether or not I actually put one on is a different story. But if they are and they get triggered, as long as the release clause is at least 10 to 15 million more than what the market value is, or at least what the transfer value is of that player, we will let them go. Saliba's value, 82 million. His release clause, nearly double that. So we are just going to go ahead and let him go over to Liverpool for 161 million. Obviously, if he agrees with the contract, he will be sent over back to England. This time, not for Arsenal, but for Liverpool. And then we will have to look for a new center back, which is honestly fine. Switch it up a little bit. And there he goes. The contract got agreed on. He is walking out the front door. Saliba did good for this season. He was here. Did we bring him last season? I think we did. He was good enough for that last season. Maybe the last 2 seasons if he was here longer. But back to England you go. Back to play for Liverpool. I'm sure there's a chance we see you in the Champions League down the line this season. But for now, it's goodbye. And it's time to bring in a new replacement for him. And I have no idea who. And just like that, 161 million from Saliba, 111 million goes straight into Alessandro Bastoni from Inter Milan. He will join here at Real Madrid, and he will be our new left-footed center back as well. So we actually finally have a right-footed right center back and a left-footed left center back. Obviously, Saliba was playing left center back, right-footed. It's obviously not that big of a deal, but in real life, that is very important. You would love to have a left-footed left and right-footed right. It just makes complete sense. And Bastoni is still joining the squad for 13.1 million, I believe it was. It was something outrageous like that. They wanted Jude Bellingham. I first offered them 90 million. They wanted Jude Bellingham just straight out. That was kind of an insane transfer tactic for them. But Bastoni becomes the first signing of the summer. We go ahead and say goodbye to Mikel Merino. He goes ahead and leaves the club to Bayern Leverkusen, or was it the Italian side? Nope, it was Marseille, in fact, for 56.38 million. We go ahead and let him go. We could have got 21 more million, but honestly, I don't really have any use for him. Maybe bring in a different center mid that could actually play. He didn't play that much last season. He kind of rotted on the reserves. But that's another 51 million to go. We now are back up to 368 million. We have obviously still a lot of money to spend because we have not bought in Musiala yet. But before bringing in Jamal Musiala, we must bring in this man that we wanted to bring in last season and the first season as well at one point. Takaveko Kubo, I completely butchered that first name. But Kubo is back here at Real Madrid for his second stint. This time, he will sit on the bench again, but this time he will get a lot more game time than what he did on his first stint at the club. So welcome back to Kubo. He is back at the club for Real Madrid for 55 million. But he's back, baby. This just doesn't look like it's going to work out, but it also does look like it's going to work out completely as well. Vinny Jr., Mbappe, Rodrigo as your front three. Musiala and Bellingham as your two cams with Valverde sitting behind both of those. Davies as a left back. Martinez as a right back. Bastoni paired along with Rudiger for the first time. And then Courtois still in net against Deportivo Alvarez to kick the season off. Let's see how bad this goes, honestly. In all honesty, I don't see how this could go well. Maybe against these good teams or these bad teams it would go well, but against the good teams like Barcelona, any team that we face off in the Champions League, I don't know if it would work too well. What I will say is I'm actually glad to have a left-footed center back at left center back instead of Saliba, even though I think I would rather keep Saliba instead of Rudiger. But unfortunately, those things happen as Valverde tried to find the ball over the top. I didn't set up any positioning staying as well. So Valverde, he might get up. Bellingham and Jude, they might never come back. Who knows? Shoot, even Davies could go all the way up as the cross comes in. There was absolutely no one there though to tap onto it. And Rodrigo out wide into Kylian. Kylian into Musiala. Musiala's first time on the ball. His first pass is intercepted. Their center backs. Mbappe chasing down the ball. Mbappe gets the ball. Kylian Mbappe starting the season off. Trying to start the season off on the right foot. He obviously scored above 50 goals last season. We're going to aim for that again if possible. Vinny Jr. will chase down the ball and get it back. And now Vinicius. Can we finally put one to bed? Yes, we can. Vinny Jr. scores the first goal of season 3 here. Leave a like and subscribe. Valverde, Gurdy, Davies on the ball. Vinicius now up top for Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe, ball roll. He'll find Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham will find Rodrigo. Rodrigo now into Mbappe. That's a beautiful ball from Rodrigo. It's a better finish from Mbappe. It's 2-0 for Real Madrid. And Mbappe gets on the floor running. Season 3, can it end in a goal? It's straight to Kylian Mbappe's head and into the back of the net. It's 3-0 for Real Madrid, and we're still in the first half. Mbappe's on pace for a perfect hat-trick. He just needs a left foot finish, and he has a perfect hat-trick. He's obviously getting of age. Maybe it's time to possibly replace him as Courtois makes a save out for a corner. Rudiger's obviously getting up there. Somebody did come in for him. We try to squeeze. They offered 44. They were stuck on 44. We went down all the way to 47, and they walked out. So we couldn't squeeze out 3 million, which honestly maybe felt like a mistake because we could bring somebody in that is a younger, maybe better, as Valverde now over the top for Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. will cut back, and Vinicius Jr. with the Trivela. That's saved and out for another corner. 4-0 before halftime. It's into Mbappe's head. He tries a bicycle kick that Musiala from distance. That's off of the hand. Musiala, Valverde. Valverde loses the ball. Touch is too big there. Over the top for Rodrigo. That's a great ball, Rodrigo. Musiala, first time goal. He gets his first goal at Real Madrid. It's 4-0. 71 minutes gone by, and the boys have started the season off with a bang. And we go ahead and make multiple changes. Musiala comes off for Brahim Diaz. He will get his first look at Real Madrid after 2 seasons kind of just out of the club. Kubo, he will get his first look back at Real Madrid. as our right winger. Bernardo Silva is on for Jude Bellingham. Tchouaméni is on for Valverde. So a new brand midfield three as Kubo finds Vinicius. Vinicius now still going with Vinicius. He'll find Mbappe on the right hand side. Kylian Mbappe, he still doesn't have the perfect hat trick. Maybe trying to force it to him right now. Kylian Mbappe tackled. Maybe not. Here's Brahim into Mbappe. Mbappe, no, he shot it on his right foot. No, he shot it on his right foot. He gets the hat trick, but it's not a perfect one. It's 5-0 though for Real Madrid to kick the season off. I can't believe I didn't get the perfect hat trick. It was there. He had the shot. It's 5-0 win though. We'll take that. But Mbappe muffled the hat trick. Well, he didn't muffle the hat trick. He muffled the perfect hat trick. Second game of the season here, and it's our first home game of the season. This time we have rotated the team slightly, with Alvarez starting instead of Mbappe, Kubo on the right hand side, Bernardo Silva at that center mid role, and Militao instead of Rudiger. So we pretty much have a front six, because Bernardo Silva is not the most defensive player, so this could go wrong. If anything were to go wrong, it would be this game there with Bernardo Silva at that center mid role, trying to play some type of defensive duties. Musiala now, Alvarez into Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham trying to get out wide to Kubo. That was intercepted. And here comes Girona now on the ball. Herrera in towards Solis. Solis in towards Stuani. Stuani out wide now for Sinkinkov. And Sinkinkov scores the first goal against Real Madrid. It's 1-0 for Girona. Tony Villa to make it 2-0 on the brink of halftime. Tony Villa. Davies will win the ball back. He'll just boot up the field. And we'll go halftime down 1-0 to Girona. Our invincible run might be over already. Second game of the season. Kubo over the top for Mbappe. Mbappe's first effort of the game could be an equalizer. He's going to try and find Vinicius. It's a dangerous ball. Vinny did bring it down slightly. A foul / handball will lead us to losing the ball. And Kubo will be coming off for Rodrigo. Off. Sardella. Bastoni wins the ball back, and Mbappe is going to have to try and turn the burners on by finding Vinicius. Vinicius now finding Musiala. Musiala gets past his defender, and Jamal Musiala to level things up here. It's 1-1, and we are back in it. Really out of nowhere, we're back in the game. And that's what happens when you have Mbappe on the field. There's just something special about that man, even though he was not involved in this build-up at all. There's a chance now to go ahead and win the game. Kylian, Vinicius! Real Madrid win their first home game of the season. We turn it around completely at the end. There's still enough time for Girona to actually equalize. But for now, Real Madrid score the winner. Vinicius Jr., 88th minute to make it 2-1. I nearly travelled it right there. And I thought I was going to lose the ball on that shot. I didn't think the shot was actually get off. I thought the defender was going to stick his toe on it right there. If a second later, that's blocked out for possibly not even a corner. But for now, Real Madrid up 2-1. For now, Real Madrid have 6 points to kick off their season campaign here. Sinkinkov now. There's actually no shot. Bastoni thankfully read that pass. He'll clear up the field, and that is game over. Real Madrid win 2-1 against Girona, and their defender is running off the field. He is disgusted with himself, as he should be. They were in control of that game completely until we ball on Valverde, settled down that midfield, brought on Mbappe, and obviously Mbappe is a star man. He didn't score, but he did get an assist, and he was kind of not really a key factor in the first goal at all. But we will take that win 2-1 against Girona. And for the final game of the episode, we are going back to what the formation used to look like. This time with Musiala replacing what Jude Bellingham's position is. I kind of want to see how this would work out with the team. Obviously with Jude on the bench, if we did make this permanent, Jude would take place for Valverde, and Valverde will take place for Tchouaméni, pushed up into that center mid role. Vinicius into his Musiala to Valverde, now Rodrigo, Mbappe, Vinicius. That is beautiful football, one-touch football. 1-0 for Real Madrid. Vinicius Jr. He might be the star man for this season. Davies, Mbappe, Jamal, Rodrigo. Oh, 2-0. Is he offside? No. 2-0 for Real Madrid. The boys are starting the season off flying. Weissman, I tried to do goalkeeper movement, failed completely, and it's 2-1. Rodrigo, Kylian, fake shot, Kylian Mbappe, Jamal Musiala, first time finish saved. Musiala will be coming off for Bellingham, and in fact that cross actually got deflected out for a corner, so it's a lot better than what I thought it would look like. Valverde now on the corner, Eder Militao over the bar. Mbappe switching the field over to Rodrigo. It's a good deflection, but it'll fall for Jude Bellingham. Now that will find Rodrigo. Back to Jude Bellingham to put the game to bed. It's 3-1. The clearance interception from the defender set the attack up perfectly as we go ahead and finish the game now. 3-1. That will be 3 more points and a perfect 9-for-9 start. And that is game over. That is 9 points for 9. 3 wins to kick the season off. That is exactly what you want. What the heck just happened there? But that's exactly what you want to see from the boys in white and gold as we go ahead and now move on to the next episode, in which we will take on our first Champions League game of the stage, Real Sociedad, and possibly getting into this month as well. It depends. But for now, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe, and peace out.